It's Miracle Monday, and today we meet a little boy with a lot of heart. Looking at 4-year-old Bryson Gardner now, you'd have no idea he's persevered through more than someone 20 times his age. Born premature, he was rushed to the NICU at Golisano Children's Hospital.
He was here for 10 days, got blood transfusions, and that's when they kind of picked up that he had a murmur when they were listening to his heart.
Doctors eventually diagnosed him with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. That's a disease in which the heart muscle becomes thickened, which can make it harder for the heart to pump blood. Bryson spent his first few years in and out of hospitals, from here in Southwest Florida to the cardio specialist at Joe DiMaggio on the East Coast, and eventually Shands Hospital in Gainesville, desperately waiting on a transplant.
And they told us right after that cath that we couldn't go home. He had to stay in the hospital because the prognosis was so poor that pretty much any day he could code and there was no way they could bring him back.
Given that, you understand how difficult a decision it was for Bryson's mom, Ashley, who's also a NICU nurse, to bring her baby home.
He wasn't tolerating very well, because it was prime time for COVID. There was no playroom, there was no volunteers, we weren't allowed out in the hallways, and I was there by myself with no family. So I'm at a certain point, I can't make him suffer because you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, and I don't want him to pass away knowing that he suffered the whole time he was in the hospital.
Ashley took her son home to give him some kind of life, not knowing if he'd live. But on the eve of his 3rd birthday, they got the news they'd been waiting for, a heart.
It's harder for us because we knew what happened to get that heart.
Ashley wrote an anonymous letter to her donor heart's mother in Alabama. And let's just say they had a heart-to-heart.
So we drove over one day when we were on vacation on a Saturday. She had this nice little banner with Grayson and Bryson's picture together.
And when they met, they took these pictures. This one shows Grayson's mom listening to her son's heart beating in Bryson's chest.
They knew that we didn't have anything to do with the passing of their child. And in return, they got to see the impact that their decision made because he's absolutely wild, and they saw that right away.
Yeah, we saw it too. Bryson's mom says he's making up for lost time. Years of toddlerhood spent in the hospital, spilling out now with his new, stronger heart pumping inside him.
I got it!
Wild boy, your story and the heart you've given a home touch all of our hearts. That's why, Bryson, you're our Miracle Monday. And Ashley says they plan to visit with Grayson's family every year around Bryson's birthday so they can watch him grow up.
Yeah, it's always so special when the donor family meets the family of the person who received the organ. It really is remarkable, and you know they're going to stay tight the rest of their lives.
Oh, I think already. You know, they've already formed such a bond, and wonderful that they were able to have that moment, and will continue to get to enjoy him because he is a delight. Yeah.